So with the rise of social media and everybody just using their phone for everything, there's so many different ways to make money other than just working a 9 to 5. So side hustles are ways to make money on the side of what you already do. So the first thing is your job. This is the most important thing you're going to have right now. Keep your job. Now find these side hustles. The more side hustles you have, now you want to be able to build that up. So now you can trade in the income from your job to go to these side hustles. But what we need to do first is find a side hustle, that first side hustle, to be able to start getting that side money. So the first thing that we can do, we can start off with freelancing. What freelancing is using your talents and exchanging them for money. So they have websites like Fiverr, Upwork. Those are two websites where you could legit search different things that people need. And if you're talented at those things, now you can make a page and offer your services for how much ever you want to charge. I've used Fiverr in the past for website designs, for logos. They also have writing. So if you're a great writer, you can offer to write people's essays for them. There's so many different things on there. I'm not going to do all the homework for you because you still have to do homework. But these are ways that you can make money on the side on top of your other income. Look at both of those websites, see what you can do, and see if you can do freelance work. The second thing you can try is e-commerce. Basically what e-commerce is just selling things online. So that's like using websites like Etsy, eBay, even Amazon. But don't be scared and think that these are things that you have to create yourself and sell them. They have so many different options to sell other people's things. So I've actually tried e-commerce. It was a great experience for me. What I did, I used to sell books on Amazon. So basically what I used to do, I used to go to thrift stores and find books. Book section is usually 50 cents, $1, $1.50, sometimes even $2, but they really weren't much more than that. And all I did was go through the store and scan the barcodes and seeing if I can make a profit on this $1 or $2 that I'm spending selling it on Amazon. And you'll be surprised, people actually buy used books. And I was surprised. I sold a book one time for $300. I couldn't believe it. I was in Goodwill, and Goodwill, the thing about them is they're very sneaky. They honestly scan all the books ahead of time. They do the same thing. They're into the e-commerce game. And another thing about Goodwill, no, they are not a non-profit. So every time you're dropping something off at Goodwill, just know they out here pocketing that. They're not doing no good. They're pocketing that money. But forget all of that. But basically, Goodwill scans the books beforehand. So me knowing that, I was still going to go in there, scan and see what I could find. I ended up going into the kids section, and there was this book, this big book. It was like an arts book. So this book didn't have a barcode. The way I found out how much money this book was worth, I had to actually look in the credits of the book. So each book will have a USBN. And basically, I looked at that number, I typed it into my program, found out it's selling for $300. I bought that book for $1.69, and I ran up out of that Goodwill. And that book ended up selling like 3 months later. But there's money out there. There's money out there. Check out the e-commerce game. It's great. Like I said, Etsy, eBay, Amazon. There's money out there that's waiting to be picked up. If I never went down to check out that book in that little kids bucket, I wouldn't have made $300 off of spending $1.69. So look up some e-commerce stuff. They have a bunch of YouTube videos on how to break different things down. Let's make that money. So let's just say you have zero talents. Freelance ain't gonna work. And let's just say you're terrible with computers and all this digital stuff. E-commerce is not gonna work. Well, another option you have is ride sharing apps and delivery service apps. Those things gotta be easy. All you gotta do is get the app on your phone. Everybody got a phone. Everybody knows how to order Uber, order Lyft. All you have to do is go on the other side now. Now you're driving people around. You making money that way. And the cool thing about this is that this doesn't stop what you're doing. You can legit turn these things on right after you finish your job and start picking people up, dropping them off to make money. But the cool thing about this is, though, if you don't like people, just do the delivery services. You don't understand the delivery services that pull up in front of my house. I'm thinking somebody's about to rob me. And I'm not realizing this is Amazon coming in. These cars be beat down. So if your car is not clean, don't even worry about it. Amazon is hiring, okay? I remember this car, I think it was a Honda Accord, pulled up in my driveway, and I was so confused. I'm like, why are you in my driveway? First of all, and who is this person? And then they come out, they got the vest on, they got a package in their hand, dropping it off and leaving. I said, yo, this is different. I didn't know y'all's out here hiring anybody. So if you need a job, Amazon is hiring, and you could deliver in any beat down car you have. So don't be ashamed. Right now it's hot. You don't got no AC. Yo, get those delivery services. They hiring. All you need to do is just have a car that works. All right. And you good to go. And sure, I think they even do bikes now too. So if you don't even got a car, use a bike. You could deliver some stuff. But there's definitely options over there to fund that side hustle. And lastly, probably my favorite one is content creation. That's the coolest way to make money. That's the way everybody wants to make money. The problem with content creation, this is the hardest way to make money. If you really want to make money fast, don't start off with content creation because it's going to take you a minute to get there. If you're a fan of TikTok, you have to get 10,000 followers on TikTok to even start to even think about making money on TikTok. On YouTube, you got to get to 1,000 subscribers, 400,000 hours of watch time. That's 165 days of watch time. That's insane. And then for Instagram, I don't even think they're paying people on Instagram. So y'all just posting for no reason. You get 100,000 followers, that means zilch because Instagram is not paying you a dime. And lastly, this podcast that you're listening to right now, you have to get 500 weekly listeners. 500 weekly listeners before you think about getting paid. So making money being a content creator is hard. After a while of doing it for a while, yes, it pays off, but it takes time. But luckily for you, and you're listening to this and you're listening to me, I do a lot of research. So I actually came across something called UGC. It's user generated content. Basically what that is, there are companies out here that are not the Nike, the Adidas, and all these big brands. They are brands on the come up, and they're looking for people to actually make content for them. So they can post on their TikTok or they can post on their Instagram because they're trying to get a buzz. They don't have the bag to throw at these influencers and all these people with all these followers. They want people like you or me that has a small following so they actually can make some money. So you don't have to be the top of the top, but as long as you know how to talk, you have good camera presence, you actually are content creative, you know how to do things, you can make money today just by contacting these brands. So I've actually came across a few companies that actually help creators like you and me find these companies that are looking for user generated content. We have a company called Coley, another one called Billo, which I've actually tried, and I'll put my affiliate link right here or in the description if you're listening. Also Trend.io. Those are all three pretty cool companies that actually help you get connected to them. What they're going to do, they're going to take the little cut and then give you, what's left, but that's how it is. But the more and more you do it, you can actually contact these companies yourself and actually make money that way. So this is probably one of the cooler ways to do it because you're still creating content. You don't have to be good at anything else, and you don't have to have a big following, which is these days, like if you don't have a following, what do you have? But now you have a way to actually make money without that following, which I think is pretty cool. It's a little learning curve. I'm not going to lie. It's a learning curve to be able to write scripts and stuff like that, but it's pretty cool. You can make money being a content creator, which you enjoy anyway.